When will their glory fade? Oh, the wild charge they made! All the world wondered. Honor the charge they made. Honor the Light Brigade. Noble 600. Noble 600. History is full of men challenging long odds. Is such a story, the one of Confederate Brigadier General John Hunt Morgan, his men, and the Union soldiers who opposed him. In the summer of 1863, the Confederate Army under General Braxton Bragg had been weakened by having some of its troops sent to aid in the defense of Vicksburg. General Bragg felt that he was at risk of an attack by Union General Rosecrans and a simultaneous attack on General Buckner in Knoxville by General Burnside in Ohio. General Bragg decided to fall back on Chattanooga. To cover this retreat, he ordered Brigadier General John Hunt Morgan, with a picked force from his division, to ride into Kentucky and raid the Union forces there and threaten Louisville. General Morgan, however, had a much more daring plan in mind. He planned to cross the Ohio and raid southern Indiana and Ohio. General Bragg refused permission for this extended raid and ordered Morgan to keep in contact with his army and to operate only in Kentucky. Apparently, Morgan had already made his plans. He and his men would ride over 700 miles, spend as much as 20 hours a day in the saddle, and divert thousands of Union troops from where they were needed elsewhere. Unfortunately for his cause, it was too little and too late. While he was leading his famous raid, both Vicksburg would fall and General Lee would be defeated at Gettysburg. John Hunt Morgan left camp at Burkesville, Kentucky on July 2, 1863, heading north toward the Ohio River, which he intended to cross at Brandenburg, Kentucky, where two steamboats, the J.T. McCombs and the Alice Dean, were tied up and able to ferry Morgan and his men across the Ohio River into Indiana. As they were crossing the river, a detachment of Harrison County Home Guard set up an old gun and fired on the Confederates. One round from the raiders' artillery scattered the defenders. The state of Indiana was not prepared for an invasion of this size. Although 80 infantry and 6 cavalry regiments had been formed, they had been sent to the main battle areas, and so were not available for the defense of the state. Thus, only the local militia was able to mount the initial resistance to Morgan's raid. General Morgan and his men moved out early on the morning of July 9, 1863, headed in the direction of Corydon, Indiana. Colonel Jacob Fremmer of the 6th Indiana Legion, with about 200 men, engaged the 2nd Brigade of Morgan's force in a running fight until they reached a pre-selected site about a mile south of Corydon. At that point, Colonel Lewis Jordan took over from Fremmer. He had about 400 men under his command and expected reinforcement at any time from the Floyd County militia from New Albany. No help arrived. Jordan and his men were on their own. The battle began when elements of Morgan's 2nd Brigade attacked the Union left, defended by Spencer's guards, who repelled the initial mounted assault. The Confederates, realizing that the Union troops intended to make a standing fight of it, dismounted and attacked on foot. Again, they were repulsed. Lieutenant Colonel J.M. Huffman, commanding the 7th Kentucky Cavalry, led by a company of Texas Rangers, attacked the Union right, defended by local citizens, who were armed with the new Henry repeating rifle, which gave them great firepower in relation to their numbers. The Texans were turned back by the locals, who suffered no casualties. By this time, the main body of Morgan's regulars were arriving and deploying to assault the Union positions. In simultaneous assaults, the 2nd Kentucky and the 9th Tennessee attacked the Union positions on either side of the Monkport Road. Then Morgan ordered a general assault with both brigades supported by artillery.